Helms Academy students. Today I want to show you a couple of the features on Essential Education, the program that we're using for our courses now. So what you see here is slightly different from what you'll see on your screen. It's a more comprehensive version for my account, but there are a few things you definitely should see. When you sign on, you'll be given the option to pick which course you'll sign on to, and that depends which course you're assigned to. Some of you may be assigned to GED or HiSET, or at one of our locations, you may be assigned to the Task Academy as well. Up at the top, you should see your name and homeroom up here. Remember that we have a special address that you can sign into for each Helms location, and your email address or username and your password that your instructor has provided for you, those will only work on that specific address. So make sure that you are using that information on that particular website. If you're unsure what that is, reach out to your coordinator and they'll be able to help you figure that out. So once I'm logged on to my homeroom, it'll ask me what I want to study today. And again, you'll just have most likely one of these options. Today, we're just going to take a look at the HiSET Academy that many of our students are using. So on the HiSET Academy, it may pop up first with a screen that asks you to set your desired number of hours that you'd like to work each week. And that's a great way to keep yourself motivated. Pick a number of hours that you feel you can dedicate each week. And what the Essential Education program will do is show you how you're doing with that. It'll say, wow, you wanted to do 7 hours per week, and this week you've already done 7.5. Or maybe it'll say this week you've only done 4 and you need to do 3 more, so that you can keep yourself motivated and inspired to continue moving forward towards that goal. And as all of you know, it really matters every hour that you put in. Every chance that you get to log on is an opportunity to grow and to learn something new. And those things really do accumulate and come together to prepare you for these tests. So let me show you a few things on here. Once you get to that place, you're then going to select a class. If you're on the mobile version, you'll click the little plus sign to see the list of classes, or if you're on your computer or tablet, you may pick from over here on the left side. So we're currently on Language Arts Reading for the HiSET Academy. You can see there are 6 different sections listed here. There's actually only 5 tests for the HiSET, but they've broken it up here into writing part 1 and part 2, so that you have separate areas to work on the grammar portion and the actual writing essay extended response portion. So I'm looking at the reading right now, and I can tell I haven't started the reading already because it's asking me to create my learning plan. Now, for those of you who are transferring from GradPoint and New GradPoint before this, we're using this opportunity to look at what you've already learned from GradPoint. So I would recommend, if you're looking at something like reading and you say, you know what, I've already put in a good bit of time on reading, I feel like a strong reader, then you may want to start with this practice test option. The practice test will give you about 25 questions. It's untimed, and it's an opportunity for you to show what you know and what you don't know. If there's a question that you really don't know, you can skip it or you can take a guess. And the questions that you do know, make sure you really take the time to answer them well, so that way it gets an idea of what you already do know how to do. When you finish with the practice test, the benefit here is that it'll show you an actual practice test score, so that way you'll be able to know how you would do on the HiSET or GED test, depending on which section you're in. And it would tell you what they believe your score would be if you went today and took that test right now. So again, you want to do your best on this. You want to really put your best foot forward, and that's going to set you up for success in this program. Now, it's not wrong to pick this option either. Some of you might want to start with the self-assessment. And I'd encourage you to start with the self-assessment if maybe you're feeling like you still have quite a bit to learn in that subject. If that's where you are, you can take this quick assessment, just a few questions, and it will get an idea of what you already have learned, it's just one question at a time, and then it'll assign your courses accordingly. Each one of these also comes with instructions along the way, so be sure to read the text around that so that you have an idea of what you're getting into. So again, this reading one I haven't started yet, but we're going to take a look up at the math. So when the math pops up, I can see that this one I've already started. It's going to show me some different things here. One is going to show me the progress so far. So this progress has my study level. It says right now I'm in the pre-high set level, and you can see this little blue bar here. It shows that I'm in progress, and I'm just a little under halfway through the pre-high set. Here, I can look at any details from practice tests that I've taken, and if I've taken a practice test recently, it'll also tell me the estimated study time to pass. And that means that they're looking at the lessons that I would need to complete to pass, and they'll give me an estimated number of hours that I would need to put in to complete that before I should take another practice test and see where I am. Over here, you'll see your learning plan, and that will include a lesson. So you can see here, I'm on a new unit, which is whole numbers and operations. What I love about this is it tells you what to expect, it tells you where the lesson is, and then it also says how long it will take. And this one, it says you're going to start with this particular lesson is about 5 minutes. Now, let's say I read this and I think, wow, that's something I really need to work on. Great, I'm just going to click Start Lesson. But alternatively, I might read this and then say, I think I already know how to do that. I wonder why it assigned me that lesson. I think I'm already experienced in that. That's great. Right here underneath, you're just going to click Test Out of Whole Numbers and Operations, and it'll give you a short quiz to make sure that you have learned the material you need to know for this section. Great. If that doesn't work out well for you and you find that you do still need to study it, that's no problem. You can always go back and still take the lesson. But in the event that it does get you out of it, that's one less thing that you need to worry about on this particular section. Now, I want to draw your attention also down here to this computer skills section. This is included with the program that you have. You're able to take on these computer skills by clicking the Study Computer Essentials button, and it'll lead you to a site that looks like this. You can take lessons on common computer skills, computer activity skills, getting started on a computer, the desktop, keyboarding, navigating using menus. All of this is kind of a brush up on the basics of computers. So if you're feeling like you really need to know more about that particular thing, about computer skills, then you can go there, and this is all included in your essential education learning. Now, to go back, I want to look again at our lesson here on the math. So again, I can start my lesson, I can opt to try to test out, and down here it's going to show me my mastery. So right now I'm sitting in the pre-high set level. It shows that I already passed the factors and multiples, fractions, rates and ratios, and exponents and roots. And you'll notice they're in blue. If I look at one of those and I say, wow, I know that I passed it on my test, but I really do feel like I need to review it, that's fine. I can click on any one of those and go to that lesson. The other lessons you'll see are in black, and you can't click on all of those. That's because they'll go in order. So right now you're in the whole numbers and operations. Later it'll push you onto decimals, measurement, percents, graphs, and charts, and it'll go in that order down the list. Once you complete these 8 lessons or these 8 chapters, each will have smaller lessons within it, then up here you're going to see this bar move, the pre-high set, and complete. And ultimately you'll get to move into the high set prep. Down below you have your study time report, you have some resources for additional practice, and you have a tutorial video. So if you're ever feeling stuck, this is a great way to go back and get started and learn a little bit more about this program. So these are some of the things you are looking for when you're working with Essential Education. Again, it'll look slightly different if you're on the GED or the Task Academy, but the overall structures are the same. I hope that you enjoy this new Essential Education program, and as you have questions, please contact your site coordinator so that we can help you navigate this and succeed. All right, thank you so much.